Hey guys, welcome back for another video. It's me, What You Will. Today we are starting on case 12, Payback. Yeah, we'll just get into it. Oh, hello, Will. I'm sorry I'm late. My brother needed me to run some errands for him, and I may have gotten lost. Guess he wasn't joking when he offered to get me a GPS. I hope I didn't miss anything. Next time you arrive late, Amy, just remember that my office gives directly into the entrance, and that crawling under desk gets you noticed. I'm so sorry, Chief. It won't happen again. Rookie mistake, Amy. Calm down, Officer Young. You're going to need your energy. Sergeant Will, I've got a murder investigation for you. When do you not? An ex-convict has been murdered in the Jewish deli down Parks Avenue. A gruesome affair. I need my best sergeant on the scene. You have more sergeants? Well, do our best, Chief. Sergeant will crack the case in no time. Ready when you are. There's so much blood in that open wound. I'm sorry, Will. I just need a second to focus. You're right, Will. His face seems bright red, as if he got burned or something. We have to send the body to Roxy. Oh, Hannah just sent us the victim's details. His name is David Britman. He was recently released from prison after serving a 25-year sentence. Nicely spotted. Something seems stuck in the cash register on the floor. Maybe it fell during the struggle. Should we have a closer look at it? Oh, you're right, of course. We also need to talk to the owner of the deli. She was in the shop when it happened. The poor woman must still be in shock. I get those pinky threads. Pinky. I get those pink threads you collected from the cash register to the left for you, Will. You don't have to worry about a thing. Miss Miller, did you see David Bretman's murderer? After all, he was killed in your shop while you were in it. I didn't say anything. He came by to buy some food. I went in the back to get everything, and then when I came back, he was dead. And you didn't hear anything. No, I'm telling you, I don't know what happened. Alright, then maybe the victim mentioned something suspicious before he was killed? He's just some old guy, but he was rambling about a meeting he had at the train station. It seemed to be really important for him. A meeting? You're right, Will. It's a new lead for our investigation. Let's go to his train station. I already know this crime scene is going to be terrible because it's typically the second crime scene that has the most stuff because of the time bonus. I like train stations in the middle of the afternoon. There's so few people. You forget you're in a big city for a bit. Oh, but what did you find, Will? Torn card. Oh, what's a sad sight. I hope we can put it back together. Look, there's a name on that prescription bottle you found. David Bretman. Yeah. It's the victim's name, you're right. We have to decipher that number to know what it was and who prescribed it. I'm not going to have enough stars to do all of this. That's usually how it goes. The card you just restored is a birthday card, Will, but what is that weird stamp on it? It's from the Pacific Bay prison, you're right. It means this card was sent from there, and since we know our victim has just been released, the two might be linked. Oh no, the message on the back card is unreadable. Do you think you can find out what it says, Sergeant Will? Yeah, there's no way I had enough stars for this. Great job decoding the serial number on the victim's prescription bottle. Well, let's send it to Hannah. She'll find out what was prescribed and by whom. Perfect, Will. Thanks to you, we can read what was written out on that birthday card. Dear daughter, meet me at the train station at 5 p.m. I won't let you down. It was sent to a certain Eva Bretman. That name sounds familiar. Oh, sorry, Will, of course, it's our victim's name, which means our victim is going to meet his daughter Eva here, and it's almost 5 p.m. Excuse me, officers, do you have the time? I'm supposed to meet someone here at 5 p.m., but I was in a hurry and forgot my watch. Huh. Would you happen to be Eva Bretman? Sergeant Will would like to ask you a few questions. I'm saying Bretman, I don't care. I know it's probably like Bretman. I don't know. I don't care. What do you want, Sergeant? Sorry, it's just I'm waiting for someone. I'm kind of anxious right now. We know you're waiting for your father, Miss Bretman, and we have very bad news. I'm afraid he was murdered this morning. Oh, what? Oh my. Daddy, what happened? He was just a harmless old man. I waited so long to see him again, and now... Wait, that's true. He was supposed to come and live with me. We're going to be a family again after all these years. I'm sorry, officers. I need to go home. I just need to rest. That was one neat murder, Sergeant Will. Your victim died from the blood loss. All nice and easy. Well, for me, not for him. Roxy, have a little respect for that poor old man. Would you like someone talking like that over your grave? Oh, my grave becomes the hottest party spot in town. I'd rather have people drinking and crying. But speaking of drinking, you notice that the victim's face was bright red, Will, and I can tell you why. This man was burned before getting gutted. So I analyzed the skin cells and I found traces of tea, green tea to be exact. My theory is that your killer blinded the victim by throwing the hot tea at their face before killing them, which means your killer drinks tea. Can't be me then. Well, that was a tricky one for sure. These pink threads you collected from the cash register have actually been stained with blood. Quite tough to notice with these colors, except for you, Will. I know what's the blood. It comes from your victim. He must have wrestled with the killer, and one of them got their clothes stuck in the cash register. Since your victim wasn't wearing anything pink, it means the killer is the one wearing pink clothing. Great job, Jan. So take a look at that serial number of yours, and allow me to find out that your victim was prescribed common painkillers by an unlikely source. The doctor who prescribed this to your victim is Mark Mackenzie, a famous surgeon whose rates are well above anything an ex-convict could afford. He's a hotshot in the medical world. Ivy Wood stars go to doctor, but apparently he recently moved back to the inner city. There's no way people here can afford him. You're right, Will. Something doesn't fit. We have to know how the victim could afford someone like Mark Mackenzie. Let's talk to him. Dr. Mackenzie, you prescribed medication to Mr. Bretman? Do you not? Can you tell us how a poor ex-con like him could afford a famous doctor like you? I see my reputation precedes me, but it's all in the past now. I came back to inner city to rediscover my roots and to help the less fortunate. Mr. Bretman, being just out of prison, needed a new doctor, and I was more happy to help him. He doesn't need heavy medical assistance if that's why you're here. You couldn't be more right, David. Bretman was murdered this morning. We're looking into every possibility. We're investigating anyone who could have seen him recently. Dead? Damn, I didn't expect that. He was a nice old man. I didn't know exactly what he was arrested for, but he didn't seem dangerous. He only came to my office twice for some painkillers. Nothing could help your investigation, I'm afraid. Well, that's one tricky investigation we got ourselves into, Sergeant Will. Let me remember all we found. David Bretman's throat was cut in a Jewish delicatessen, and the owner, Miriam Miller, didn't see or hear anything, even though she was inside. How weird. We met his daughter, Eva Bretman, to whom he was trying to get closer, and also his Dr. Mark Mackenzie, who recently came back to inner city. Who could have wanted to kill that man? Was it an old beef from 25 years ago? Was it a new enemy he just made? What a mystery, Sergeant Will. Sergeant Will, I got some news for you. I hacked into the Pacific Bay prison servers. Oh no, not again, Hannah. Andrea asked you to stop hacking government servers. And I did, well, not to listen, Will. You never believe where David Bretman was living. Sergeant Will, I hacked into the Pacific Bay prison servers, and I found out where your victim has been living since his release from prison. And you never guessed where. David Bretman has been living at the synagogue. At the synagogue? But how can he have lived there? It's a place of worship, not in... You're right, Will. The best way to know what he was doing there is to go take a look. Let's go to the sign out. We'll just say church. Whatever. What a beautiful place, Sergeant Will. I never had a chance to ever enter a synagogue before. You're right. Back to work. You think there's something relevant in that box of clothes donations? I hope you find it. You found a business card for Yuan's garden. Isn't Yuan Wong that old herbalist we met in our previous investigation? I knew the name rang a bell. Nicely spotted. Something was written on that card. We better try and recover what it was. Oh, and you're right. There's also the Rabbi. He's been waiting to talk to you. His name is Jacob Fishman. Since the victim slept here, he might have valuable information. Perfect as always. Will you uncover what used to be written on that business card? Let's see what it says. Oh dear, it's Chinese symbols, but I don't know what they mean, Will. I took Spanish as a second language in school. Right, we should send that note to Hannah. She'll know how to translate those characters. Well, people are really generous. Someone donated a phone to the I didn't see that victim's name was written on the phone. Of course, that's why you picked it up. The phone is locked though. Do you think you can find the right code, Will? Hello, Sergeant Will. To what do I owe the pleasure? Here, let me make you some tea. I don't drink tea. Mr. Fishman, I'm afraid that David Bretman has been murdered this morning. We learned that he's been sleeping here since his release from prison. Murdered? It's horrible. Why would anyone do that? David was an ex-con, it's true, but he was trying to turn his life around. He had nowhere to go after his release from prison, so I offered to let him stay here until he could find proper accommodations. I knew him before he was incarcerated. I saw him for Sabif. He was a nice man, if you forgave his illegal activities, of course. I have to admit, David seems to have a lot on his mind lately, though. He spent a lot of time at the train station, just sitting and thinking. Poor Mr. Bretman tried really hard to turn his life around. You're right, Will. We gotta find his killer as soon as possible. No! No more crime scenes! Oh my god. It's true. Mr. Fisher mentioned that David spent a lot of time at the train station. Perfect. Great job unlocking the victim's phone, Sergeant Will, but it's weird. There's only one message on it. I'll only help you out. A pity. You ruined my life. I'll never forgive you. And it's sent by Eva, the victim's daughter. You're right, Will. It doesn't fit with what she told us. She seemed eager to live with her dad again. We have to talk to her. Oh. And our newspaper article you found is completely up. Yeah, we got it. Eva, we know you weren't as happy about your father's return as you pretended. Sergeant Will found the message you sent him. Of course I was angry. Destroyed my life. He abandoned me. He got himself caught and had to grow up without my father. And he comes back 25 years later and he thinks he can just waltz back into my life. That he can just make it up to me. You have no idea how hard it was. We didn't have any money. I used to go to bed with just a cup of tea. Kids at school make fun of me. It was a nightmare. Just when I thought it was all behind me, Dad comes back without an ounce of remorse. He couldn't understand what I've been through because of him. I still wait for him to make amends now. Anyway, Dad's associates, they used to call him the Wolf. You know, they should have called him the Cuckoo. Oh dear, the pocket knife you found in the trash bag is covered in blood. Right, we have to send that knife to Jan right away before possible evidence gets ruined by contamination. Ooh, barely 9. The article you found in the trash station. is about your victim's arrest? It must be at least 25 years old. What does it say? Earlier, the robbery that caused David's arrest was a messy affair. One of his associates was killed. The name of that dead associate was Isaac Miller, the same name as Miriam Miller, who owns the deli where your victim was killed. Will. You're right, she must be his daughter, but she didn't mention that she had a history with the victim. She better tell us everything at this time. I just love it when I have 20 stars and half of them are gone in the last 5 minutes. And now it's going to take me 2 days just to get those back. Love it. Miriam, you never mentioned that the man murdered in your deli was working with your father on robberies. Of course I didn't. It would make me the perfect suspect, but since you know that much, I might as well tell you everything. Let's just put my tea away. My father was working with Bradman on his robberies. He was a safe cracker. The fox was very proud to be his daughter. Mrs. Miller, with all due respect, what your father did was illegal. My father took pride in his work. Your cops, you think life's easy divided between the good guys and the bad guys? My father just did what he was best at. But David, he never had enough. The last robbery, he didn't listen to my dad's warnings. He made them stay too long on the crime scene, and the police arrived. The shooting broke out, and my dad was caught in the crossfire. It's all Bremen's fault. If he had listened, Dad would still be alive. Damn. Why is everyone having problems with their dad now in this case? So I'm not sad that he died, and I sure won't mourn him. I'm glad that someone finally avenged my father. Great job, Sergeant Wood. The blood on the pocket knife you found is your victim's. That means you just found your murder weapon. I couldn't find any other biological imprint, but I noticed something in the knife itself. There was a tiny screw stuck inside. The type of screws used for glasses. It was small enough to get stuck inside the pocket knife. Which means your killer wears glasses, Sergeant Wood. And if they thought you wouldn't figure it out, they got another thing coming. For translation services at your service, Will. So I ran the Chinese characters from the business card you found at the Senegal through the computer. It was written by a lovesick poet with dreadful grammar. It's roughly translated into My Little Dragon of Love. No way Mrs. Wong would have written that. It's preschool level. Right, well, since we found that car where the victim was sleeping, it must be David who wrote those words. Do you think that David Bratman was linked to romantically to Yuan Wong? Well, let's go see her. Mrs. Wong, it seems David Bratman wrote a message on his card about a little dragon of love. Was he talking about you? Talking about him in the past tense, Sergeant Will. That means he's dead, isn't he? Every time you come to see me, it's to announce someone's death. I only did it once. But to answer your question, yes, I was David's little dragon of love. David and I, we had an affair a long time ago. No one ever knew about it. We had to keep it a secret from my husband. When I was with him, I felt invincible. But then he went to jail and I decided to commit myself entirely to my family. It seems so far away now, part of another life. I'm afraid it's all I have to say about the Sergeant Will now. Please let an old woman mourn her lost love. I need a cup of tea and some peace. Alright, so I don't know what happened to recording, but that was the end of chapter 2 and 1 of Case 12. I hope you guys enjoy. I love you all. Get out.